Good evening to all faculty advisors, principals, teachers, and of course our delegates, and a very warm welcome on behalf of the Executive Board and the Secretariat to the closing ceremony of this TISBMUN. We have had a pleasure hosting all of you over the past 3 days, and we hope that for all of you delegates, this was a wonderful experience where you advanced both your debating skills and made some new friends along the way as well. To begin today's proceedings, we have a few words from our principal, Dr. Caroline Pascoe.
Welcome to the closing ceremony of the TISB 10th Anniversary Virtual Conference. The feedback has been incredible, and I hope that you have all learned something new, found something that you would like to know more about, and that your thinking and attitude has been challenged. Above all, I hope that it has encouraged you to learn beyond just this MUN conference. As I said at the opening ceremony, the world needs young people like you, so I hope that you don't see your efforts as an MUN activity, but something that has an impact and makes a real change. Congratulations to Surya and Aditi, the 2020 TISB MUN prefects who, despite huge academic workloads, have been fully committed to organising this event. To all the other TISB students who have supported them in running committees, I know certainly at TISB you all play an important role in being positive role models for younger students. Mr. Anand is unfailing in his support and passion to develop and support MUN opportunities. Thank you. Finally, to all of you, thank you for your participation. Congratulations to all of you who will be receiving awards and recognition for your efforts. Well done. Finally, well done to all the TISB alumni who have kept the MUN flame alive for 10 years. And I am absolutely convinced that there will be another passionate, rewarding and well-supported next decade of MUN here at TISB. Thank you very much, everyone, and best wishes.
Thank you, Dr. Caroline. Next up, we have a few words from our faculty advisor and head of MUN, Mr. Anand Jerome.
Dear delegates, faculty advisors, and parents, as we have come to the end of TISB MUN, I am reminded of the words of Kofi Annan, the 7th Secretary General of the United Nations. The global work of the United Nations is not without reason compared to that of a family, striving for a common goal in concert with all members for a better future. I am sure that delegates, with the members of your committee, you have tried your best to find that elusive solution to the problem at hand. Whether you win an award or not, I am sure that the experience of these 3 days at TISB MUN and the skills that you have learned or observed has been a learning experience that you will be proud of and refine in the future. Thank you, all of you, for making this conference a success with your participation and presence. We, the staff of TISB, were proud to see you debate with earnest and confidence in your roles. I do not wish to take any more of your time. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Anand. Next up, we have our Director General Aditi Verma and our Secretary General Surya Balasubramanian.
Good afternoon to all the delegates, faculty advisors, principals, and everyone else present in the closing ceremony.
So a very warm welcome back. We're back. And we just wanted to say that the level of debate at this conference was absolutely amazing. For a bunch of first-timers and some more experienced delegates, I could see that there was some very constructive debates, resolutions, and some great ideas being put forth both by our GAs and our unconventional committees. The Midnight Crisis Committee especially was amazing. It blew my mind.
Definitely.
And I was super stunned by it. So yeah.
Yeah, so we love getting to know all of you through the course of these 3 days. And yes, now it is time for the most awaited portion, which is of course giving up the awards. But we just wanted to remind everyone that awards aren't the be-all end-all, and it shouldn't discourage you from continuing to participate in MUNs, because all of you are so talented and so passionate, and we would love to see it blossom further.
Yes, so before we close the conference, a couple of quick thank yous. So first off, thank you to our director, Dr. Bindu Hari, and our principal, Dr. Caroline Pasco, for entrusting Aditi and I with this honor and the responsibility of being the Secretary and Director General. A big thank you also to our deputy principals, Ms. Nairi, Mr. Shantanu, Mr. Naveen Tom, and Ms. Sonia for supporting us throughout the course of these 4 days.
And also a big thank you to our faculty advisor, Mr. Anand Janome. Of course, to our extremely hardworking and diligent and passionate executive board who worked relentlessly to make this possible, our secretariat members, Ruben Thomas, Madhika Verma, Sanjana Terigopila. Thank you all for helping make this conference a success.
Special thank you to Suresh and Vanya, who helped with the certificates and the logistics. You guys were great. So we hope to welcome you in person next year to our campus in Bangalore. Hopefully all of you will pay us a visit and many more for TISBMUN 2021.
So without further ado, I, Aditi Verma, the Director General of TISBMUN XX, declare this conference closed.
Thank you, Surya and Aditi. And like you said, we'll move on to the prize giving. First up, we have the chairs of Corpus, Nareen and Akshat.
Right. The Corpus committee was one fantabulous committee. Thank you to all the delegates for attending. A huge thank you to all the secretariat members of TISBMUN for having this conference. Despite the fact that we had just 20 delegates, this conference and this committee overall was amazing. Now, without further ado, the prize. This special mention to the delegates of Kenya and the delegates of congratulations delegates. The goes of over to my chair, Akshat Sainarayan.
Thank you, Naren, for that. The Corpus was by far one of the most competitive committees. We had only 20 delegates, as Naren said, but it was absolutely amazing to see the quality of debate. There were a few foreign policy violations here and there. But the quality of the speeches were amazing. In fact, not one speech disappointed us in the entire duration of committee. I'm going to announce the Outstanding and the Best Delegate Award now. The Outstanding Delegate Award goes to the delegate of the Republic of Korea. He was excellent with the speeches. He had a very technical approach to committee and overall impressed us immensely. The Best Delegate Award by a very narrow margin of 3 points goes to the Delegate of Spain. Delegate of Spain, you were absolutely brilliant. Thank you so much for your contribution to committee. Thank you, Surya and Aditi, especially to Aditi actually for what she helped us with one day, even the night before the conference. So kudos to the Secretariat. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, chairs of Corpus. Next up, we have the assistant directors of the World Health Organization, Konek and Kritika.
Hello, delegates of the World Health Organization. This is your assistant director, and I'm very proud of all of you delegates, considering that most of you are first timers. I was particularly impressed by the documentation, especially the resolution, and how deep it went with regards to implementation of solutions. A special thanks to the Secretariat for giving me this opportunity. And without further ado, I would like to move into announcing the awards. So first up, we have the special mentions in no particular order. The United States of America, Brazil, Egypt. Congratulations, delegates. Now the honorable delegates. Honorable Delegate 1 is the delegate of Italy. Honorable Delegate 2 is the delegate of Bahrain. Congratulations, delegates. Now I'll give it to Skrutika.
All right. Good evening, delegates. Thank you so much for attending TISBMUN. I hope you guys can hear me very clearly. Just a quick thing, TISBMUN 2019 was my 10th month, and I'm so honored to be chairing or assistant, being an assistant director in its 10th edition. So makes me really happy. You delegates were amazing. You delegates were very, very, very well researched. We did have some a little banter. Well, we had small banters here and there, but completely fine. Considering that it was a committee, more than half was like 30 first timers. So we had 30 delegates, more than half of them were first timers. Amazing job. I'm going to be announcing the outstanding delegate and the best delegate. And this was a very, very small margin. It took us a really long time to decide. I think we were the last ones to tell the Secretariat our awards. So the Outstanding Delegate Award would go to the Delegate of Germany. Well done, Delegate, just a little here and there, that's all that took. And Best Delegate, all of you guys must have known, it's the Delegate of Australia. Congratulations, Delegate. I really hope to see you guys later.
Thank you, Konak and Kritika. Next up, we have the chairs of the Whirlwind AI PPM, Abhigyan, whose birth date is today actually, and Rishabh.
Thank you, Sarvesh. So, namaste, everybody. The All India Political Parties Meet was a committee that definitely witnessed 2 days of extreme activity, starting from threatening to establish a Hindu Rashtra to goons beating up members of the ruling party and crying anarchy. We saw it all. Every single delegate in our committee faced intense pressure, and we would like to say that all of you did very, very well regardless. Now for the awards, for special mention in no particular order, we have Devendra Fadnavis and Mamta Banerjee. As for Honorable Delegate, it goes to Rajnath Singh. It has been a pleasure and an honor to serve all of you. Over to Rishabh for further awards.
Right. So just like Abhikyan said, first I would like to thank Surya, Aditi, Mr. Anand Jerome for actually providing me with the opportunity for serving as a chairperson in the AIPPM. Then I would like to thank Abhigyan, Abhishek, Anya for being a wonderful executive board to chair this AIPPM with. It was extremely vibrant to say. First, you have the indiscriminate policy violations. I think I lost count as the number of policy violations we had over the past 3 days of conference. And then I think I have a list of them here actually. You have violations of all the ideas the Constitution was based on, and then you have the most frivolous right to replies the conference would probably ever expected, and inconsistent documentation. But all in all, you delegates were great. I think our committee was filled with both first timers and really experienced delegates, and I think you guys bonded really well. You experienced delegates led the juniors, and actually I think there's a great learning experience for juniors per se. Without further ado, I think the competition between these two delegates was extreme, and I'm pretty sure you guys observed it in committee as well. I would like to announce them. The Outstanding Delegate Award goes to Rahul Gandhi, and the Best Delegate Award goes to Shri Amit Shah. Thank you, delegates, and I wish to see you in further conferences.
Thank you, Abhigyan and Rishabh. Next up, we have the chairs of the EU, Ganesh and Devansh.
Hey everyone, so chairing the EU, we were a pretty small committee, but honestly, every delegate participated. Every delegate had these brilliant speeches, structured, and you know, I had delegates going into the legality and technicality, and honestly, the quality of debate amazed me. So, without further ado, I'd like to get into the awards. The award of special mention goes to the delegate of Ireland, and the award of outstanding delegate goes to the delegate of Italy. Congratulations, and now I would like to give it over to my co-chair Devansh to give the other awards.
Thank you, Kanishk. As my co-chair has so eloquently mentioned, the competition in our committee was fierce, and although it was filled with both first-timers and experienced manners, it was a beautiful bond of teaching and learning for the newcomers. We would also like to give a special shout out to our assistant director and Aditi Verma, who helped carry out our committee with such grace. Without further ado, it's my honor to present the Best Delegate Award for our committee to the Delegate of Slovakia. Congratulations, Delegate. We hope to see you in more MUNs.
Thank you, Kanishk and Devansh. Next up, we have the Chair of the Security Council, Shrey.
Thanks, Sarvesh. First of all, I just want to thank Aditi and Surya for the incredible platform that they've created here for delegates and EB alike. Well, delegate, here we are, despite our constant flogging. It's crucial you know that Manish and I respected the hard work, the enthusiasm, and the laughter that each one of you brought to our committee. You know, we were a small committee, but we were definitely a good one because we achieved ME1's primary goal, to have fun. And I think there is no need to beat around the bush here. The awards are what you really care about at this point. So special mention goes to our very own in-house granddad, Russia. Congratulations, delegate. We really appreciated your hard work. The outstanding delegate, despite his misgivings with his own Indian president, it's the delegate of India. Congratulations, delegate. We really admired your technicality. And now the UN Security Council's best delegate. From the Commonwealth to being a protégé of Her Majesty herself, the delegate of the United Kingdom. Congratulations, delegate. You performed extremely well in committee and us.
Thank you, Shrey. Next up, we have the three chairs of the historic NATO, Alfred, Babravi, and Ayush.
Okay, so with 3 exhilarating days of the H NATO, and from directives with 250-word food recipes, and well, a couple of foreign policy violations here and there, and of course, very annoying points of order, we're finally here. The special mentions, without any further ado, go to the delegates of Afghanistan, the delegate of the United Kingdom, and the delegate of, well, the USSR. Now off to Ayush.
Hello everyone. Firstly, it is an honor to be back here at TISB, 3 years going strong. I'd like to extend my all my love to Surya and Aditi. Thanks for always standing here with us for H NATO from the very beginning. We had a lot of support for H NATO. It was something that we had thoroughly been hyped about, extremely hyped about, and also my lovely EV members. They all were so coordinative and collaborative. We all worked very well together. I'm very glad about it. I'm also going to say thanks to Hari. I don't know if he's going to be present here, but Hari definitely, because he's been someone who's advised us on a lot of levels. And of course, a large thanks to our delegates who remained so persevered about how they were going in the committee. And even though coming from such young ages, from barely 9th and 10th grade, they were immaculate with their performances. And without further ado, I will be presenting the honorable delegate to the delegate of East Germany. Congratulations, delegate. And the outstanding delegate goes to the delegate of North Korea, or DPRK. Over to you, Ayush.
Okay, thank you so much, Barbary. I'm going to say a little bit, build up the tension before I give the Best Delegate Award. So first of all, I'm going to thank everyone that should be thanked. So first, thank you to the whole organizing committee, Surya, Aditi, and thanks to Mr. Anand for organizing the conference, even though it's been online this year, and yeah, making it fun. And thank you so much to the rest of the executive board. You guys were a joy to work with. And a special thanks to our assistant directors, both TISB. Yeah, so thank you so much to our assistant directors, both TISB. Wait, I'm missing something. Wait. Oh, wait, yeah, sorry. I have to. Okay, sorry. Thank you so much to thanks to my thank you to Alfred, thank you to Barbary, thank you. I forgot everybody's names. I'm really nervous. Thank you to Alfred, thank you to Barbary. Thank you to Nandan, and thank you to Tejasri for all helping out and creating an awesome conference. So thanks to everybody. And again, so I'm not gonna lie, there were points in committee where there were times in committee when I was extremely disappointed and sad that I was spending my evenings reading through about 200 pages of directives. But in the end, it was very fun to read through, and there were a lot of standout delegates. But your Best Delegate Award goes to the most standout delegate, a delegate who beat the competition by 20 points, a margin that I didn't think was possible, a delegate whose directives were so comprehensive. There's a high probability he would probably beat me if I was in a committee with him. So the Best Delegate Award goes to the delegate of the United States of America. Congratulations, delegate, you were remarkable. And sorry for taking so much time. I'm a little bit nervous. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Alfred, Babravi, and Ayush. Next up, we have the Assistant Director and Chair of the JCCC Democrats, Pranav and Arnav.
Okay, hey guys. So I think I'm as nervous as Ayush right now, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time speaking. I'll just jump right into the awards. So we had 2 awards for our committee. That was just the special mention and the best delegate. So the special mention award goes to Anita Dunn. Congratulations, delegate. And I think Arnav, you can take over and announce the rest.
So chairing the war room for Democrats has been an amazing experience by far, and this is the most fun I thought Joe Biden could ever have in any committee by far. And I can without a doubt say we were the most technical committee with the most crazy ideas, from bombing ourselves to assassinating our own cabinet members to frame Trump. However, one delegate that stood out by far, a delegate who was asked to switch parties by us, and he did it on a dime, and he led both parties with utmost ease and confidence. The Best Delegate Award goes to Mike Pompeo.
Thank you, chairs and assistant directors. Next, we'll move on to the JCCC Republicans, and we have Medhanj.
Okay, so delegate, the JCC GOP was one of the best committees I've ever chaired. It was just so much fun, perhaps more than what Donald Trump has on his golf courses per weekend. But I would just say this much, that chairing this committee was fun, not only looking at your crazy directives, but also the passion each of you had for the committee and making me win. We did win. Trump was elected with 284 electoral votes compared to Biden's 254. But that was just because the GOP committee was much, much better than the Dems. Not taking anything away from the Dems, but the GOP was just good. Before I give the awards, I would just want to give a credit to Aviral Bhardwaj, who was our crisis director. He not only was he the standing chair for day one, but he also read through hundreds of directives on the first 2 days, and then I compensated on the third day. So I'm not going to talk too much, unlike what Trump does, but I am going to go for the special mention, and that goes to Senator Lindsey Graham of South Carolina. Delegate, you were very good. Your directives were misplaced on day one, but they did reach the right person on day two, and it were evaluated. The best delegate award goes to a delegate who launched 14 lawsuits against Joe Biden, and none of them were successful. None of them were successful out of the 14, but his directives were so on point, and he led the committee through unmods and mods. So without giving more time, I would just say it is Rudolph Giuliani, former mayor of New York City, is the best delegate of JCC GOP. Congratulations to all the delegates, and thank you to TISB for creating such a platform for every delegate.
Thank you, Medansh. We will now move on to our last committee, the press legatus, and we'll have their chairs, Javeer and Shrishti.
Firstly, I would like to thank Surya and Aditi for this awesome opportunity, and a special shout out to my fellow EB members, the amazing ADs Ritu and Isha, and my fellow chair Shrishti. I had a lot of fun chairing this committee. It was amazing. There were exciting reports, press conferences. The crisis was a lot of fun, as well as the press debate, and it was really hard for us to make the decision when it comes to awards. The special mention goes to France 24, and the outstanding delegate goes to the delegate of New York Times. Congratulations. Over to Shrishti.
All right, delegates. Honestly, it's the same as Javeer. It was such a great committee. We had so much fun, and I can safely say we were the best committee because we visited all the other committees and we saw how they were. So yes, definitely we were the best, and you definitely made it the best. So thank you all. Thank you to my fellow EB members. Thank you to the entire secretariat, Mr. Anand Jerome. Just thank you for this opportunity. And it was extremely close, like we said. But the best delegate award goes to BBC. Great job. Your reports were absolutely amazing. Your press conference was brilliant. So yeah, congratulations and good job to all delegates.
Thank you, Javeer and Shrishti. That brings us to the end of the prize giving for TISBMUN execs. Congratulations to all the prize winners. And it's been a sincere pleasure from all of us to host all of you, like I said, for the past 3 days, and sincere admiration for all of you who are working through your holidays, and a very happy new year from all of us. But before we let you go, we have one final votive thanks from our Secretary General Surya Balasubramanian, who will also be announcing the results for the very exciting and new Midnight Crisis Committee that we had last night.
Okay, so before I get into the results of the Midnight Crisis Committee, I obviously have to get a little bit emotional. TISBMUN is finally now over. If you told me at the beginning of the year, if you told me and Aditi at the beginning of the year that our conference was going to be over Teams and I was going to meet everyone virtually rather than seeing them in real life, I would have laughed at you and said that you were probably out of your mind. But then now that it's actually happened, and even though it was all online, Aditi and I have had to put in so much work in order to do this. Firstly, a big shout out to Aditi. She's been a great Director General, amazing to work with. A second great shout out to every single executive board member. We pushed every single one of them with deadlines in the middle of their exams. We had to get them to work and all of that. So thank you so much for sparing the time and the effort to do this over the course of the past 3 days. Now I've gone and visited every single committee and I spent a fair amount of time in each committee. And honestly, delegates, you guys have astounded me with the fact that you can probably define a search area in Afghanistan, and you can also define, the definition of pulao in a directive, and also the fact that you want to just assassinate each other. Every single thing that all of you did, and having to entertain more right to replies than I thought were possible at TISBMUN. All of that was just a great experience. Thank you so much for having me as your Secretary General. Thank you so much, Mr. Anand, and for trusting Aditi and I with this opportunity. Now, without wasting anyone else's time with my very, very emotional speech, I'm going to declare the results of the Midnight Crisis. The Midnight Crisis Committee is a new addition to TISBMUN, which was started for our 10th year. It's a committee that convenes from 11:30 p.m. to 2 a.m. and it was filled with the best and the brightest of our conference. Well, it's now quite doubtable that it was the best and the brightest because it was simultaneously the most interesting and unproductive committee. However, one delegate did stand out because this delegate made the committee work for him, and that is the delegate that represented Narendra Modi. Congratulations to the delegate. So just to give everyone else context, the Midnight Crisis Committee were allocated portfolios of different world leaders like Joe Biden, Narendra Modi, Malala Yousafzai, Mark Zuckerberg, and they were all continuously bombarded with crises and a common goal to achieve. So this delegate, the delegate who represented Narendra Modi, did very well in achieving his goal. So congratulations to that particular delegate. All the best to the MUN prefects at TISB in 2021. I hope that TISBMUN 2021 continues this legacy. And back to Sarvesh, you can now end the conference for us.
Thank you so much, everyone, for being with us in this closing ceremony and for all the work that you've put in and all the faculty advisors and principals who've been in this effort together. This year's been an extremely hard one for all of us, and we're extremely grateful to still be able to have opportunities like this. So once again, good luck in all your journeys, and we hope to see you back at the TISBMUN next year as well. Bye.